Let me ask you something real quick. Have you ever felt a shift in a woman's energy that didn't make sense? Like one day she's warm, present, and affectionate, and the next she's distant, irritated, or suddenly too busy? If you're noticing these changes and they're confusing you, then listen closely, because you might be seeing the hidden signs she doesn't want you to catch in this video. I'm breaking down 9 hidden behaviors women can't hide after they cheat, and what they actually mean. Maybe you've been there. You're sitting right next to her, but it feels like you're miles apart. She's on her phone more. She's quieter. She laughs at your jokes, sort of, but it feels forced. And you're thinking, did I do something wrong? But here's the truth. When a woman cheats, her emotional energy always shifts before her behavior does. She might still cook, still text you, still say, love you. But there's a subtle withdrawal that's impossible to hide. She feels guilt, but not the kind that brings her closer. She feels divided. 2 worlds, 2 emotions. She starts comparing you with the guy she cheated with. She subconsciously pulls back because her bond is now split. Don't chase, don't beg for attention. Distance yourself slightly and observe. A woman who is loyal will lean back in. A woman who's hiding something will panic or double down on her distance. But this first shift, this invisible emotional retreat, it always leads to the next hidden behavior, the one most men completely miss. Maybe you've noticed she gets annoyed at things she never cared about before. Your laugh, your habits, your questions, your presence. And it feels confusing because nothing changed. Her guilt transforms into misplaced irritation. She sees you as a reminder of her betrayal, and instead of dealing with that guilt, she projects it onto you. Suddenly, you're too needy. You're overthinking. You're being dramatic. You're not doing enough. No matter what you do, it feels like the wrong thing. Stay calm and collected. Don't feed the emotional chaos. When you stay centered, her irritation reveals itself for what it is. Not a reaction to you, but a symptom of the secret she's carrying. And if this shift in attitude didn't already raise your eyebrows, wait until you see the next one, because it's the most common pattern women don't realize they're exposing. You ever notice that when she says she needs space, it's only from you? Not her friends, not her co-workers, not her social life, not her phone, just you. When she cheats, she feels internal conflict. Being around you intensifies that conflict. So instead of fixing the relationship, she avoids the person who makes her feel guilty. Her space isn't about healing. It's about running. If you give her space, she might get angry. If you ask questions, she gets defensive. If you act normal, she gets distant. Respect the space, but don't emotionally collapse. Stay busy, stay focused, stay grounded. When she sees you aren't falling apart, her behavior reveals the truth. If she cheated, she won't return with clarity. She'll return with more confusion. And this confusion leads right into the next behavior, a toxic one that many guys mistake for love. Maybe you've asked a simple question like, "Where were you?" And she suddenly gives you a 10-minute timeline with unnecessary details. Or she gets cold and says, "Why are you asking? Don't you trust me?" These 2 extremes, over-explaining or under-explaining, are both red flags. She's rehearsing lies. She fears being caught. She feels silence because silence feels dangerous. She's irritated that you're questioning anything. She wants emotional distance. She's hiding something she knows would hurt you. Don't interrogate. Just listen. Her behavior, not her words, reveals the truth, and nothing exposes the truth more than the next hidden behavior, one that often shows up within days of cheating. Let's be honest. We live in a world where the phone is the gateway to everything: communication, secrets, emotional connections. So when a woman cheats, her phone becomes the hottest piece of evidence. Suddenly, she puts it face down. She keeps it on silent. She takes it to the bathroom. She responds instantly to certain messages. She hides the screen from your angle. She doesn't leave it unattended anymore. Cheating rarely starts physically. It starts emotionally, through texting, through private conversations, through emotional bonding outside the relationship. She knows this, so she protects the device more aggressively. Don't ask to see her phone. That makes you look insecure. Just pay attention. Phone behavior exposes hidden loyalty, but even if she hides her phone, there's one thing she can't hide: the shift in her desire. Maybe she used to hug you tight. Maybe she used to kiss you with warmth. Maybe she used to look at you with softness. But now, hugs are shorter, kisses are colder. Her body feels distant. Her presence feels different. When she cheats, the physical connection becomes complicated. For some women, guilt kills their desire for you. For others, guilt makes them act extra affectionate to cover their tracks. Either way, the change is noticeable. Watch for consistency, not intensity. If affection suddenly spikes or plummets, something's off. And this change leads directly to the next point, the one that reveals where her mind is truly going. This is one of the most painful behaviors men overlook. A woman who cheats often starts changing the story of the relationship to justify her actions. Suddenly, "You were never there for me. You don't understand me. We've been unhappy for a long time. You've changed. We're not compatible anymore." She needs a story that makes her betrayal feel reasonable. She needs to shift blame. She needs to feel like the victim, not the betrayer. So she rewrites the past to make her present choices seem logical. Don't defend yourself emotionally. Just say, "That's not how I remember things." You remove the emotional power from her narrative, and her reaction to that calm response will tell you everything. But the next behavior is even more revealing because it shows what she's still hiding. Maybe she starts working out intensely. Maybe she changes her hair. Maybe she buys new clothes, new makeup, new lingerie. Maybe she suddenly cares more about her appearance, but not for you. Women often reinvent themselves when they shift emotional identity. Cheating triggers a psychological transformation. She's preparing for someone else's gaze, someone else's approval. Don't accuse. Just observe the direction of the energy. Is she improving for the relationship or for her new emotional escape? And this transformation inevitably leads us to the final behavior, the one she absolutely cannot hide, even if she tries. This is the hardest one to accept. Maybe she's still living with you, still talking to you, still sharing the same space. But her heart? It's somewhere else. You feel it in. The lack of eye contact, the silence, the emotional distance, the constant distractions, the coldness, the way she doesn't laugh with you anymore. Once she gives emotional intimacy to someone else, the relationship starts dying from the inside out. This is the behavior no woman can hide, because emotional detachment is a different language, and her body speaks it fluently. Don't cling. Don't negotiate. Don't shrink. Stand firm. Hold your standards. Let her actions reveal the truth, because the truth always shows. Let me tell you something real. I've been through this. I've felt that slow, quiet collapse of connection with someone I loved. And I remember thinking, maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe things will go back to normal. But deep down, I knew. We always know. Men don't talk about this because we're trained to tolerate emotional pain. We're raised to overlook our intuition. We're told to be strong, reasonable, logical, calm. But let me tell you something. Being calm doesn't mean ignoring reality. Being strong doesn't mean accepting disrespect. Being loyal doesn't mean staying blind. I once tried so hard to fix a relationship that was already dead. I apologized when I wasn't wrong. I tried to be more understanding, more patient, more supportive. And it didn't make her come back emotionally. It didn't change anything. Because the truth is, when someone disconnects from you, you can't reconnect them by losing yourself. I learned that the hard way. But here's what I discovered that changed everything. You don't lose value when someone cheats on you. You don't become less of a man. You don't become unworthy. You don't become replaceable. Their betrayal is not a reflection of your character. It's a reflection of their discipline, their integrity, their emotional maturity. What defines you is not what she did. What defines you is how you rise after it. And trust me, there is nothing more powerful than a man who rebuilds himself after betrayal, not by becoming colder, not by becoming bitter, not by becoming guarded, but by becoming wiser, more self-respecting, more emotionally intelligent, more connected to his own worth. If you're going through something like this, I see you. I get it. And no matter how dark it feels right now, you will rise because this pain is not your ending. It's the beginning of your evolution. And real quick, before we continue, shout out to today's sponsor. You know who they are. But seriously, they helped keep this channel going, so check them out below. All right, let's get back to it. Now that we've covered the core signs, let's go deeper. Because cheating doesn't just show up in actions, it shows up in patterns. Here are 3 more hidden behaviors that expose the truth. Maybe she used to tell you everything, her dreams, her fears, her day, her frustrations. But now, you're getting surface-level updates, dry responses, short answers. Why? Because someone else is now receiving the emotional connection that once belonged to you. You'll notice comments like, "Other guys do this. My coworker said, my friend's boyfriend always." She's comparing you, not because you're lacking, but because she's mentally shifting her interest. Suddenly, everything else becomes more important than you. Work friends, gym, events, social media, random new hobbies. It's not the activities. It's the speed at which her attention moves away from you. Her commitment dissolves. Her focus drifts. Her consistency collapses. Cheating isn't hidden through lies. It's revealed through patterns. When her energy, focus, affection, and honesty shift, the truth becomes undeniable. Your job is not to chase, but to choose yourself. If this video helped you, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. And follow me on all socials for more real talk for men.